month, I sent out a questionnaire and I asked some of my business owner friends what made them so frustrated about video editing. And these were some of their responses. Now, if you stick around, I'm going to tell you how you can get better at video editing in 3 simple steps, and it may not be what you think it is. So the first step that I'm going to want you to take is I'm going to actually want you to study. Study how videos are made. So whatever type of video that you want to make or that you like, just study it. So whether that's a movie, documentary, social media videos, YouTube videos, study it. So if it's a YouTube video, look at what type of transitions that are happening, look at what type of music is happening, and even look at how the person is delivering the video. When I was in film school, I used to hate this, but they used to make us sit down, watch these old movies, and dissect how it was made. So they used to ask us to dissect the lighting, how the editing made us feel, the music that they used. I used to hate it so much, but it made me so much better at dissecting how other videos are made. So now when I see a video online, I'm looking at this video and I'm looking, how exactly can this be made and how was it editing? So sort of like looking at it kind of backwards. So if it's a social media video, try to figure out how it was made. So what font is the captions, or how many angles did they film the video? What makes it so engaging that you like it? Also think about, could you get away with editing this video on a phone, or do you need some type of complicated program like Adobe After Effects? The second thing that you're going to want to do to learn how to edit videos faster, and I know you don't want to hear this, is to actually practice. Take it from me, someone who has edited hundreds of videos. Video editing is a muscle that you have to stretch. And there's also a certain type of mindset that you have to have when you're editing videos. So the mindset is you actually have to want to edit the video. If you don't want to edit the video and you're just like kind of stressing out a little bit about how you're going to do it, then it's probably not going to be an enjoyable experience. And also it might take you even longer than what it would have if you just was like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to edit this video. Let's take this back to when you were learning how to ride a bike, right? When you first started, you saw other people doing it and you was like, this looks easy. But when you got on the bike, it probably wasn't the best experience, right? You were probably falling, probably scraped your knee a little bit. It took you a few times to actually figure out what you were doing, how to work the bike. Same thing for video editing, It's not as dangerous, but when you're first video editing, you have to look around the software, see where certain things are, and try to edit a few videos before you get it to the way that you like it. So from my experience, once you learn how to use one video editor on the computer, a lot of them actually kind of have the same interfaces, so it might be easier for you to switch over to one. So for example, I learned on Premiere Pro. I feel like by me learning on Premiere Pro, I'm now able to jump from like different video editors if I want to. And now sometimes my clients' videos go through like 5 different video editors. Some other things that you can practice with is actually telling a story through video and audio. So think of the video like a documentary. They don't have any unnecessary information that you don't need in the documentary. They keep it straight, they keep it to the point, they keep it concise, and the audio in the background helps the visuals as it goes on. And every documentary or movie that you may watch has a beginning, a middle, and end. So focusing on the video aspect and how you can get people from the beginning to the middle to the end without adding any extra things in there or even taking some of the extra stuff out. That's what you should focus on when you're first editing. So a good thing that I like to think of is if I'm bored watching the video and if I don't feel anything while watching a video, somebody else probably will feel the same way. So if you're watching the video and you're bored, you might have to spice it up a little bit and figure out how you can tell the story better or how you can make the video less boring. Another thing that you can practice doing is learning how to use keyboard shortcuts. Now there's dozens of keyboard shortcuts. You don't have to learn every single last keyboard shortcut. You just have to learn the ones that you'll be using the most or the ones that make sense for you. So some of my favorite keyboard shortcuts for video editing is Command X, and that undoes anything that I just did. Command C, that copies, and Command B, and that pastes. And the last thing to remember about practicing video editing and learning how to edit is that it's not going to come out the way that you want it to the first time, you know, or if it does, you're awesome. But most times it does not happen the way you want it to. So you're going to just have to keep practicing to make your videos better. The last thing to do when you're trying to figure out how to edit videos faster is to repeat everything I just said. So remember I said video editing is a muscle that you have to stretch? Well, now that you know the basics of video editing, now you know how to trim, now you know how to tell a story, now you know how to, do the basics of it. You now have to repeat and rinse and basically build your skills on top of what you were already doing. So now you can start adding stuff like transitions and effects and, weaving captions into there. But the only way you're going to get better at editing videos is to do it consistently over and over again. Now, if you're interested in learning how to edit videos faster, you might be interested in a video that I made earlier this month that talks about the common mistakes people make when they first start editing. If you're interested in that, you can either click on the link below in the description box, or you can click on the video card that you see here.